Okay, strong cash flows from experienced operators, competitive all-in sustainable costs, organic and inorganic growth potential with real significant value growth opportunity. Welcome to Mineros, a Colombian-based company offering value growth in an emerging mid-tier gold producer. My name is Andrés Restrepo. I'm the CEO of Mineros, and I will show you how you can benefit from the strong valuation growth potential of the company as we deliver our corporate strategy to grow our business over the next 5 years. Just a reminder that I will be making forward-looking statements, and mining involves risks, just as we heard earlier. Mineros is a strong and experienced operator. We have more than 40 years experience, production experience. We've produced 208,000 ounces last year at an all-in sustaining cost of nearly $900 per ounce. We produced operating cash flow of about $62 million last year. We have a plan to grow our production to 500,000 through organic and mergers and acquisitions. And we will be listing on the TSX to broaden our shareholder base and get greater access to capital. We have grown production in recent years whilst maintaining a competitive cost position, and that has resulted in strong operating cash flows. Our numbers have improved year on year in recent years as the gold price has improved and our production has grown and our costs have stayed low. For those of you that need more detail, here are some numbers of the company. We've had growing EBITDA, earnings per share, and other financial metrics during the last years. And whilst we continue to invest in our business, we forecast strong cash flows for the coming years. We're listed in the BBC, Bolsa de Valores de Colombia, and our financial performance is supported by a strong and loyal shareholder base in Colombia. That includes the Colpatria Financial Group that controls about 33% of the stock and some pension funds and family offices. But the strength, that strength is also a limitation due to the limited liquidity on the BBC, and that's why we want to move into Toronto. In addition to having greater access to capital, we want to have to become more visible, because we think that lack of liquidity has restrained our growth on our market cap, as I will show you in the next slides. When we compare Mineros to some of its peers, whilst we have a competitive all-in sustaining cost and production level, our market capitalization is lower than most of our peer group. In large part, we think that's due to the lack of liquidity of the BBC. By listing on the TSX and executing our growth plan, we think that we represent a significant and real potential for value growth. So that's the opportunity. Let's talk about what we do, where we do it, and how we're going to grow. We have operations in Colombia and Nicaragua. Each of them produces about 100,000 ounces per year. The bedrock of our business is the alluvial operations in El Bagre, in Colombia. We've been very successful there over the last 40 years. Industrial-scale alluvial production will be new to many of you, but you can think of it as a production from a large, low-grade disseminated ore body. After 40 years of experience, the deposits in which we work are very well understood by us, with production planning based on high degree of geological evaluation and assessment, including drilling and grade profiling of the alluvial beds. Thus, we have a detailed production plan in place to produce 80 to 100,000 ounces over the next 10 years and beyond, which means strong and dependable cash flows into the future to sustain the growth of our business. As you can see in the right part, we undertake rehabilitation as we move across the field. This is pretty much as our planning looks like. That's the Nechí River. And as you can see, we have planned our production towards 2027 and beyond. And you see where the dredges are right now. We move the dredges down the valley, and then we undertake ongoing mine closure and reclamation. So most of the land that we have operated into the last 40 years is already productive and reclaimed. We also have a small underground mining operation in Colombia that produces around 13 to 15 thousand ounces per year. And then we move on to Nicaragua. Colombia is our foundation, but Nicaragua was the first phase of our growth plan. We bought Hemco in 2013, which has mining operations in Bonanza, a district that has had mining for more than 100 years. And since we bought it, we have almost doubled our production from around 50 to 100,000 ounces. Part of the growth has come from embracing and working with the local artisanal miners. That's something that the law in Nicaragua asks us to do. And instead of seeing that as a drawback, we saw it as an opportunity. And we built what we call the Bonanza model, which now represents about 70,000 ounces of our production. The Bonanza model goes beyond toll processing. We bring a control and order method to artisanal mining with participation of the miners, the local government, and the company. Where the miners get paid more for the gold, the region develops a tax base, and there is a dramatic reduction in the environmental impact. We're expanding the rollout of the Bonanza model. We're going to build an $11 million plant in the Rosita, which is a nearby town, to get mineral from the artisanal miners. But we also are going to expand our own production. We have two projects, Porvenir and Pioneer, that will help Nicaragua increase production to 140 to 160,000 ounces per year in the oncoming years. At the same time, we have a large land package in Nicaragua, more than 200,000 hectares. And we are both stepping up brownfield exploration, but also we have signed a JV with Royal Road Minerals looking for more grassroots opportunities. Our exploration spent in Nicaragua this year will be around $3.2 million. We're doing some small exploration also in Colombia to generate drill targets for our underground operation. Our alluvial operation is very well known. We don't do much exploration right now. We've already done exploration for the next 14 to 15 years of production of the alluvial mine. As part of our aim to list in the TSX, we're in the process of certifying our reserves and resources to NI 43101 reporting standards. We have the assistance of Roscoe Puzzle Associates. They have certified already for us around 900,000 ounces in reserves and 2.1 million in resources. About 90% of the alluvial reserves have been certified by Roscoe Puzzle, so that will give you some confidence on what we do. Our growth plan is to increase production to around 500,000. As we see our peers get significant valuation re-rate, increasing the scale of this operation. Organic growth in Nicaragua will take us from 200 to 250, but the rest we have to get through mergers and acquisitions, which we are actually actively looking for in the Americas. So drawing this all together, to deliver value growth in an emerging mid-tier gold producer, we will continue to optimize our operation in Colombia, continue to invest in Nicaragua, complete the process to list in the TSX, and continue to pursue accretive M&A opportunities. Finally, sustainability is key for us. It's a value for us. You can see this on the Bonanza model, in the way we close our mine, but we also invest in the regions where we operate to give the people the opportunity to work in another sectors when the mines are gone. So we invest in small holdings, apiculture, fish farming, and rubber. And this is why our logo says, for the well-being of everyone. This is why we see Mineros as a very interesting opportunity for you to invest in. Thank you very much.